Solve the equation for y and graph the equation 4x minus 6y equals 12. So first we got to solve for y, and to do that I'm just going to rewrite the equation right here. 6y equals 12. 4x minus 6y equals 12. Yes. So first, it's easier for me to just subtract 12 from both sides, which cancels this out and makes this negative 12 instead of positive 12 like it was on this side. And we're also going to add 6y to both sides. We have to add it because it's negative over here. And when we add it to both sides, it makes it positive on this side and it cancels out on this side. So pretty much these two switch places. Now, the 4x, I just want to keep it there because the whole point, I'm trying to get y by itself. So now I'm going to divide everything by 6 because that would cancel this out and get y by itself. So that means y equals, now 6 is under everything in here. So let's split it up to give a better image. Now that it's like that, we know 12 over 6 is just 2. So minus 2. 4 over 6 isn't a whole number, but that could be simplified to 2/3. And the x doesn't necessarily have to be up there. Even if you write it like this, that's the same thing as it being up there. It doesn't change anything. So you don't have to write it like this, but you also don't have to keep it like that if it's easier for you to see it like this. So this is why we've solved for y. That's the first part. Now we have to graph the equation. So first, I just usually make a little x-axis. I'm actually not going to make it right there. I'm going to make it here. And that's the y-axis. I apologize. I said x-axis. Let me label them. Alright, x, y. Now, for 1, according to the equation, y equals mx plus b, where m is equal to your slope and b is equal to your y-intercept. That means that our equation right here, y equals 2/3 x minus 2, 2/3 is m, which is slope, and -2 is b, which is our y-intercept. With that being said, we can easily plot the y-intercept because it has to be 0, -2. So we start at 0, go down 2. I'll say this about 2. And I'm going to label it just because there's no tick marks. 0, -2. There we go. Now we know the slope is 2/3. So we can use the slope to find other points. So we're going to find at least one more point, and then we're going to graph it. And then once you connect the two lines, it's linear. So any other point, you don't have to point it out because it will be on the line. So in order to do this, we pretty much just plug something into this equation right here, which is the same as this. It's just I wrote it in this form. That's the only difference. So we're going to plug something in there. And just to show you that it works, let's plug the one we already have in here. Skip this if you already know why this works. But 0, if we plug that into the equation, I don't know why I wrote that first. It would be y equals 2/3 times 0 minus 2. Anything times 0 is just 0, so that would cancel out, and y would equal -2. And at 0, y is -2. With that being said, let's plug in a new number. Instead of making x 0, let's see about when x is 2. You could use any number you want, but I chose 2. When x is 2, y is equal to 2 times 2 is 4. So that's just 4 over 3 minus 2. 4 over 3 minus 2. Let's get this in the form of thirds. So this is already in thirds. 2 in thirds. How many thirds make up 2? It will be 6. Because 6 divided by 3 is 2. With that being said, y equals, let me draw a line so you know these are two different things. Y equals -2 thirds. So that means at 2, because this was x, this is y. So if this is -2, +2 is probably like right here. So when x is here, y is -2 thirds. So this will probably be -1. -2 thirds be somewhere around here. And I'll even do one more. Let's see. Y equals 2 thirds. This time we're gonna use 3. 3 to keep it simple because I don't want to go off the graph. Oh, I did not write the coordinates right here. Apologize. That's 2 -2 thirds. All right. Minus. Now we're subbing in 3. And we're going to get that y equals, now 2 times 3, that's just 6. So 6 on the numerator, 3 at the bottom. 6 divided by 3 is just 2. Minus 2, would you look at that? Y equals 0. So when we sub in 3, we get 0, which is our x-intercept. So there go 3 points. Let me circle the coordinates because I know everything's kind of close together. The first one was 0, -2, the y-intercept. The second one was 2, -2 thirds. And the last one was 3, 0, the x-intercept. So the final step to finish this problem is just to draw a line through these. Try to make it as straight as you can. And whenever you draw a line and it's like this, where it's supposed to go on and on forever, because it doesn't give us any bounds, it's just a linear equation, you want to write arrows on both ends. And that is how you would graph an equation after solving for y.